Yes, people, welcome back to Arsenal with Ash. The final review of the 25-26 season. We have just lost on penalties to Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final. It doesn't get any more painful than that, if I'm being honest with you. Losing a final on penalties is just pain. It is pain. That one will hurt for a while. It will hurt for a while. Yes, we've still had a great season. We've won the league for the first time in 22 years. And if anyone presented this to us at the start of the season, we would have snapped their hands off. So there's so much context to look at, but that one will hurt. It will hurt. But it will give us every motivation to go again. And the owners have already told us how ambitious they still want to be. The players will be chomping at the bit to go again next season. And we're going to be with them every step of the way because they've brought back the glory days. That's what these players have done. This is what that manager has done. So all we can do is get behind them. And we've still got a big day of celebrations tomorrow for the parading our Premier League trophy, the champions of England. Don't forget that we are the champions of England. Yeah, hold that. Listen. So yeah, man, I'm so proud of them because the performance, the tactics were spot on from Arteta. Yes, we could have been a lot better with the ball in moments. I'm not even gonna speak about the referee. I'm not gonna give him the grace because that second half performance, let's not even. But yeah, in terms of putting every inch of anything, every fibre of their body into that performance, they nullified the best attacking team in the world. The best team in the world, they nullified them. The attacking players of PSG didn't do a thing. Our tactics were spot on. And our issue is, and it has been in the Champions League, I've said it for a couple of years now, is that firepower in attack to just produce moments of magic. We have players that can do it in spurts, but not players that can do it on a consistent basis at the top level in the biggest of games. So that's our next step up to be able to go on and achieve winning the Champions League for the first time. And yeah, it's another big summer for us where we're in a very good place financially. We're very stable and we're off the back of a title winning season. So we go again next season. The players that obviously go into the World Cup will have to get through that. Selfishly, I'm hoping that they all get knocked out very early in that competition so they can have a rest and get ready for next season. And yeah, we go again. We really do go again. But yeah, man, it's gonna sting for a while. Obviously, it's the second Champions League defeat in the obviously 20 years ago we lost it to Barcelona. This time to PSG, and it's gonna hurt. There's no other way about it. So yeah, we have to lift our heads up. And like I said, context shows us that we were brilliant in the league. We were brilliant in the Champions League as well, going unbeaten the whole way. Even in the final, we couldn't lose that in 90 minutes, 120 minutes. We had to go to penalties. So yeah, the players that missed the penalties, I'm not going to have any criticism for them. Yes, you can say in the moment, should have took a penalty a different way, but this is the Champions League final. It doesn't get any more pressurizing than this. It doesn't matter how elite a footballer or a sportsman person you are. Pressure can get to absolutely anyone. So the fact that they've even stepped up is the most honourable thing. And honestly, it's just a 50-50 shootout. Anything can happen in a penalty shootout. And we missed out by one penalty. We missed 2 penalties, they missed 1. That's all it takes. So yeah, I've got nothing but good things to say about these players, man. They were fantastic. And we moved, like I said, but yeah, that moment of the first couple of minutes when Havertz scores, rattles it in, what a finish, unbelievable, what a moment. But I almost think we scored maybe a bit too early. because what that does is it means PSG have to come out. They're going to have a lot more of the ball. We're going to sit in a bit more and try and catch them, which is okay tactically if we can execute our moments, which we couldn't. We had another big moment towards the end of the second half with Kai Havertz where he probably should have scored again, but I'm not going to be too critical. That is Kai Havertz for you. You can't. That's just how he is. He'll have a moment and then he'll have a moment like that. So yeah, our tactics were kind of forced in that way. However, I think defensively we were outstanding. Out of possession, every single player was outstanding. Our tactics to go long to Kai or to Gyökeres when he came on and play off of them was the perfect tactic, because you don't want to, when you've got Hincapié, Gabriel and Mosquera in the same defence, you can't play out from the back. Let's just have it right. And against the best, probably one of the best pressing teams in the world, that's never going to end well. So you have to go long to a cut, and that troubles them because defensively and physically, in terms of aerial duels, they're not the best. And we saw Kai get a lot of joy. We saw Gyökeres get joy, although he didn't hold the ball up well. And that allowed us to get out and have our moments, but. Like I said, the difference is the qualities. There's Odegaard didn't step up to the plate at all. We need more. Eze, when he came on, he had moments when he did get the ball, but I need him to get the ball a lot more. Saka had one moment in that first half when Miles drove through the midfield, and he beat Nuno Mendes, put a dangerous cross in. Trossard didn't really have any attacking moments. And Gyökeres, when he came on, no attacking moments. Noni was good, actually, but we know with Noni it's a mixed bag. And Martinelli, no attacking moments. So that's where it's so clear where we need to improve. The defence is absolutely elite. Goalkeeper is elite. Midfield, we're good. We may need another one in there just to have a bit more personality to get on the ball, because ultimately having the amount of possession we had isn't good enough. It's what we have at the moment, but it's not good enough. So that's an area of improvement, and we that's why I've always think we can look to sign a better profile of midfielder that can take hold of the game by the scruff of the neck and play some passes around, get us playing and play those passes through the lines. That's what we're lacking, and I think that's something we'll go for in the summer as well. And yeah, the attacking areas, it's just about having world-class decisive attackers. We don't have enough of them. We got Saka and Eze who can produce in moments. The rest of the players, or Havertz, he's a big game player, we can't take that away from him. But everyone else, they ain't really, if we're being completely honest. So yeah, we can improve, but it's still an outstanding season. We've got to 2 finals, we've got to a quarter final, and we've won the league. So absolutely buzzing with the season that we've had. And like I said, we can celebrate that tomorrow and have a great day out. But yeah, player ratings, David Raya in goal. He didn't actually have too much to do, but when he was called upon, especially that, I think it was in the second half, towards the end of the game, when Barcola was running through rapid, Raya made a really good choice, and his timing was excellent to pick up that ball and actually keep it in the box as well. Sensational. Obviously made a big penalty save as well. His kicking at times was a little bit off. Obviously the penalty that they scored in the 90 minutes, it's a penalty, anything can happen. But yeah, David Raya can hold his head up high, definitely. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Mosquera, I thought for the most part was really good. It was always the worry that Kvaratskhelia was going to have a moment against him, and it happened. It was a sharp 1-2, and it was just a rash challenge from Mosquera. There's no need to make that challenge there. No need. You're the wrong side. It's just too... it's just clumsy, it's immature, inexperienced, and it's what I always feared in this final. And obviously after that happened, we had to bring Timber on, who obviously wasn't fully fit, but Timber came on and just put the lock on whoever was out there. But Mosquera was really good throughout the most of that game, so I'm not going to knock him too much. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Saliba, absolutely flawless, unbelievable at times. Even when he broke out and brought the ball out of defence, he was so good defensively, just winning every duel, clearing the ball when needed, covering Gabriel when needed. He was fantastic. I'm gonna give him a 9. I'm also gonna give Gabriel a 9. He was immense in defence, unbelievable, just winning everything. Last ditch tackles, headers, clearances, really good. And the penalty, it can happen. I'm not gonna criticise him for the fact that he even put himself forward. Credit. So 9 out of 10 for him as well. Hincapié, absolute warrior. You just don't get past him, man. He's so good defensively. I needed a bit more composure from him on the ball, but I know I'm not really going to get that. That's where Calafiori excels. And it was a shame not to have Calafiori fit. It's just so frustrating, the amount of injuries he's getting. But Hincapié was an absolute warrior. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 as well. I thought his effort and defensive qualities were unbelievable. And then in midfield, Declan. I think Declan had a good game. A lot of people are trying to criticise him. I think he done really well, especially out of possession. Of course, we didn't have a lot of the ball, and that's not obviously where he excels. But I thought he was really good defensively, just out of possession, breaking up play, picking up loose balls, just intelligence. Even his deliveries were quite good as well when we had the opportunity to. So yeah, I'm going to give Deca 8 out of 10. Miles, big cojones, Miles. Especially in that first half. He was sensational for me. I thought he was so good. Driving through with the ball, committing PSG defenders and midfielders, getting there into physically dominating in terms of his tackles and his sharpness. He was just so switched on. I thought he was really good. He obviously tired towards the end. He hasn't played that many minutes this season. But I thought he was really good. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 as well. Odegaard disappointed me massively, man. Out of possession, he was good, and we know he's obviously leads the press. He's top at that. But on the ball, no cojones at all. The complete opposite to Miles. Didn't get on the ball enough. Didn't have enough moments. He had one moment where he created that chance for Kai. The second one in the first half. The only thing he done in the whole game on the ball, and that is not good enough for the man that we look at to get on the ball, especially when we need to get ourselves out of pressure. He just didn't turn up, and it's really, really disappointing as our captain. Unfortunately, there's been too many times that's happened. Yeah, it's just really disappointing. I'm going to have to give Odie a 5 out of 10. And in the front three, Trossard, he worked. He did work. He really tried to make things happen. He was isolated a lot of times when as an outlet, and he hasn't got the pace to just go on a crazy run and make something happen. So yeah, he didn't have his best game on the ball, out of possession. Sometimes he got caught by Hakimi, but he tried to recover, and I think he worked really well. So yeah, I'm going to give Tross probably a 6.5 out of 10. Havertz was really good. Big player, big moments. What a finish. Unbelievable finish, and it was obviously really early in the game, pretty much the first chance of the game. We got quite unfortunate to get into that position, but he still had so much to do, and from that angle to find the roof of the net, what a hit. But Kai, you had a second chance. Your touch was a tiny bit over hit, and if it wasn't, you could have found the back of the net again, and we could have gone into half-time 2-0 up. But I'm not going to be heavily critical on Kai. I thought he was brilliant. His ability to just cause a problem, even if he's not winning the ball, the first ball, he just makes it uncomfortable for defenders. So we've got an opportunity to pick up the second ball. He's intelligent with his movement, his runs on the ball as well. I thought he was really good, and obviously tired towards the end as well. I'm going to give Kai a 9 out of 10. He was that good for me. And then Saka, similar to Odegaard, in fact, just didn't turn up, man. He just hasn't looked the same since the injury, which we all feared. He just isn't at his sharpest, and I know Bukayo at his best is cooking Nuno all day. He had one moment against him where, like I said earlier, he put a dangerous cross in, but that was his only moment. Out of possession, he was sensational to help double up on Kvaratskhelia or whoever was out on that side. But on the ball, just not enough at all. I'm going to have to give Bukayo a 6. And then, yeah, off the bench, we saw Timber come off the bench for his first appearance in 3 months. It's mental. What a time to make that appearance. I thought he done really well considering. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. We saw Zubimendi come on for Miles. Quite late. I think, when was I can't remember exactly when that was. Zubimendi came on, done a decent job. Didn't really get on the ball enough, which we would need from him as the type of player that he is. But yeah, just a standard 5 out of 10 for Zubi. Eze had a couple of moments where he showed a bit of class, but just not getting on the ball enough, not showing enough character to just grab the ball by the scruff of the neck, by the scruff of the neck, and just make that your moment. That's what I need from him. Sometimes it's just a bit too casual, a bit too nonchalant. I know that's his game style, but sometimes you just need to just bring it. And he didn't do that, man. Yeah, I'm going to have to give it as a 5 out of 10. But then we saw Noni come on for Saka. Noni was our best, probably our best substitution. He was so bright. Caused Nuno problems. We didn't get the ball out to him enough. Should have had a penalty. It's a stonewall penalty. I'm not even going to get into it, like I said, but he was just a constant nuisance. And yeah, it was a good little cameo from him. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Martinelli didn't do anything on the ball. Out of possession, he was good, but not enough, especially with the pace and the opportunities we had to get in behind them. There was so much space opening up on that pitch, and he didn't utilise it once. It's a big shame and a big miss there. But yeah, Gabby, a 5 out of 10. And then Gyökeres, he was poor, man. He was so poor. He turned a promising attack into a foul at one point, picked himself up a yellow card, took his penalty well in the end. The same with Martinelli and Dek. But yeah, just not good enough. And it's the technical quality is just on the floor, man. It's just not good enough. And then in the last minute, he could have scored with the effort that he had. Looked like it was going in. Obviously, it got deflected just wide. But yeah, he was poor. I'm gonna have to give him a 4. And yeah, that's it. If I've missed anyone, let me know. But yeah, man, disappointing to obviously not get over the line with the Champions League again. But if you look at the context, 2024, we got to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That was our first time back in the Champions League for how many years? 2025, we get to the semi-final of the Champions League. 2026, we get to the final of the Champions League. The progress is linear. So what is 2027 going to look like? You tell me. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for all the support this season, people. I will do a season review in the coming days or weeks. But yeah, man, I appreciate all of the support that I've had. We're going to keep going next season. If you see me at the parade, like I said before, hail me up. Let's go and enjoy that. Big up the boys. The first season that I've been doing content that I can say that we've won something, and we've won something big. We're back on top of the tree in England, and the next job is to conquer Europe. But yeah, man, big up everyone. Big up the boys, big up the club, big up the manager. And yeah, peace.